AGM coming in, and we're back. Greeny drops the soap, while Dane's dropping facts. Three's better than two.
Yo. Here we are.
My right one never
Over
fucking
here.
works, eh? Can you guys hear?
Yeah. No, it's because you're right.
Both?
It's not your headphones, bro. It's your ear.
What do you mean?
You've had a stroke, probably.
My right's the big one, though. It's the one that fucking sticks out.
Yeah, but
You've
you've
been fucking around with my microphone. Jeremy, you cunt.
you've probably had a stroke since last time on the podcast. After seeing you in fine form Saturday Harbour, I wouldn't be surprised if you had some form of
He's had
mild-
plenty of strokes since then.
No, man. That's why I got the fuck out of there because I could see myself going crashing, man. Like I was at one stage looking around, be like, where can I go to sleep?
I was looking at you like, can this can't get the fuck away from me, bro?
Yeah, you're pretty torched.
And you're like, what? Well, nothing wrong with me, man.
For those who don't know, friend of the show and current, like he's been a recent local. He's been on 2 or 3 times now. Aaron Vesey, the kid, he's had his 21st birthday on top of a mountain. And Christian just went back to his roots, you know, like up in the mountainous region. He thought he'd bring out his Colorado, like redneck hillbilly
It's a
style.
fucking
And
sweet place he's got up there.
It is pretty nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. You go at the top of the hill, and at altitude, Christian just couldn't handle it. Couple of beers at altitude, and he was
Couple
done.
foot above sea level.
Yeah. By mountain, I mean it was a hill.
Yeah.
Oh. But anyway, good night. Keanan was still kicking around with the best of us early in the morning.
No, I wasn't. I went to bed at a good time.
Yeah.
How much sleep you get?
Oh, actually, I got more sleep this weekend than most weekends, so it wasn't too bad.
Dana was pretty responsible. I was surprised. But how were you getting the old fucking just absolute burn from the sun in the morning, or?
Nah, I wasn't too bad because I set my swag up properly, so I had the mesh bit that was off the canvas as well, so I had double skin to get through to get me.
Mine
So
was
you had the little pole set up on the. You're on swag, yeah.
Yeah. So I got the pole on each end, but then the corners you can pull the little teepee bit down. So I had that. So I had the fly open and stuff, so I could get.
Mine
a bit
was
of
wet
breeze.
from the rain when I got in it.
Oh yeah.
I got in and it was like the bottom half, and I laid down. My legs were just soaking. I'm like, I ain't fucking.
At least you would have
care.
passed out pretty quick.
I
by
did.
The time you went
And
to
then,
bed, it would've
and
been-
then at about 7:30 in the morning, I could just feel the sun roasting on me. And as soon as I stepped out of it, I just started vomiting.
Did you?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Keanan didn't look very good in the morning. When I left, I got in the car and I was driving to go down the hill. And he goes, "How the fuck do you look so good?" And I was like, "How do you look so bad?" Keanan was hanging out his ass. It's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, man. I got a pickup, and so I went out to the pickup. But the one thing I did, and it's because I was so blind, is I didn't tell anyone I was fucking like no one at all that I was leaving.
Yeah, everyone thought you were dead, bro. That's the worst part about it. You at least got to tell people you're going home.
I know, and I didn't do. I just did it so I could smoke bomb. I didn't do it to try to be rude or anything. It's just so I didn't want to get kept there by maybe Cal, who was at my.
I don't think anyone was going to keep you there, bro.
But yeah, I jumped in. It was like one of the mates that picked me up was in a roofless fucking Sierra or something.
Oh, really?
So we're driving home and that storm hit, and he's a young driver too, so I'm shitting myself, and it's just pissing down on us, and he's fucking hooning around fucking up Sanford Road and stuff. And I got home, and then I must have been blind because I fucking pissed the bed again.
Oh
So-
my God.
Nice boy. I tell you what, but the drive home felt a whole lot longer than the drive out when I was fucking hanging out my ass on Sunday morning. I couldn't imagine how long it would have felt for you in the rain doing drifts in a Suzuki Sierra. So
If your drive home felt long, mine was fucked because Jeremy got us lost for 35 minutes. They're like, let's meet at Bunya, and this cunt don't even fucking know what he's doing, bro.
Yeah, so I went down to Bunya Riverside with a few people because you're like, fuck, we'll go down for a swim. We'll kick this hangover a little bit, and then everyone's like, oh yeah, Jeremy and Keanan will meet us there, and we get there, and I'm like, what the fuck? Because I went home and then went to the shops and got food and all sorts of shit. Got there and I was like, where the fuck are these guys? And then there's like photos of them in the Hungry Jack's drive-thru somewhere.
No, because you know where he took us to the wrong spot the first time. Took us a good fucking 25, 30 minutes to get there. And then he took us an extra 15 minutes back another way. And we got there, but we were on the other side of the fucking river, the dumb fuck.
You're on fucking Eaton's Hill side of the river.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
And then I looked at the maps. I was like, oh, for fuck's sake, give it here. I looked at it. And there was the only way around was to go back towards the Jinka track and go back around.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck that. We're not going anywhere, bro. We're going home. And I'm fucking, yeah, but I didn't really, it was hard that day, bro.
And you're talking about, because I was like, fucking thinking about how the DJ was. DJ what? For Kruger?
Yeah, well, I don't know what his name is.
Kruger.
I was just calling him Nova all night because that's all he was playing, bro. You rock up 2 hours late and play Nova.
He puts his phone on and goes
bro.
and sits in the car.
Oh, yeah?
Pretty much.
It was a bit of a
Wasn't
joke.
even man in the decks.
Yeah. And the only person
He actually put decks out, though.
Yeah, the only person man in the decks was Callum late at night. We're fucking covered in fucking glow sticks going...
He did plays them all right. Like,
Yeah,
he
there
did
was
do
some
some
all right
mixing
later,
later on.
but he was expecting X amount of cash for X amount of time.
Yeah. How does this kid know him?
Oh, he's just one of those young fellas that kid bangs around with, doing the bits and pieces. But coming in 2 hours late to then just play Nova for the first 3 hours, mix a little bit for 2 hours, and then shoot off. And he left early too, and was still expecting that much cash.
Was it that early? I don't think it was that early, bro. It just felt early.
No, he left an hour before he was supposed to. He was supposed to go till 3. I think he left at 2.
That's not that early, bro.
Yeah, but still, you show up 2 hours late, and then you leave an hour early.
I think he's going to play till 5 a.m.
In a fucking boiler tent.
Because then that would have kept fucking you awake as well.
Nothing keeps me awake. I sleep like a baby.
We're sitting there like talking, and I've looked at the time, and I was like, "Oh fuck, I've got to go, boys." And then Dan's like, "All right, he's calling it. We're all going."
I was waiting for Dad over here to call it. And fucking, let's go. Anyway, enough. This is going to be a short one because we usually come in here and talk about our weekend separately, but because we all did the same shit this weekend, it's going to.
Well, when I just got home, then I forgot. And I seen Freddie's fucking car in the driveway, and I just went, for fuck's sake. And I walk in, he goes, hey, and I said, fuck off, car. And he's like, what? I said, man, I just want to kill myself when I seen your car here. Because I just, for some reason, because it's Tuesday, I thought we'd already done it.
Oh, man. I just fucking can't put together the 2 nights anymore. Like, that Friday night killed me.
Yeah.
And then the Saturday night is like that. What only made me feel better to get out there was starting to drink again after I'd done some chores. By chores, I mean what Christy tells me to do after I pissed my bed on the Friday night.
Chores were washing your sheets that you pissed in.
Yeah, I did.
Just so you can piss in them again.
It was a spare mattress on the Friday night, and that was like called for because I was legit blackout. The second night, I remember getting home, showering, going to
another
bed.
hour there on the second night, you were another blackout.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and that was about 7 o'clock.
The reason I left,
the sun was still up. When
I could see. I was like, I'm at the point of no return here. I'm gonna I got to cruise, eh? Yeah,
but the first start of it, when you start to get in that mode, and we can tell straight away, and I'm like, Freddie, bro, you're fucked already. Like, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. And I'm
like, you guys
mate,
get to peep the video Joel posted in the Mitchie Open Ones chat.
The old dog on the leash.
Yeah, of our another
Callum,
another podcast local, just a regular we have on here, young Callum Stewart, came on here and spoke some great yarns last week about footy trip and how blackout he was all weekend, and he proceeded this weekend to do the same thing to himself and write himself off. And for some reason, he thought it was a good idea to have his cock out the whole time. So Joel's just got a zippy tie and just ripped it on the tip of his knob. And Cal's just pulled out. It was a pretty funny video. For those who want to see it, we'll put it up on our socials.
Callan's a beast, though, man. He gets to that level and just fucking goes through it.
It's
mate.
crazy,
You're not a beast when you're blind before you get to that point of the night. You're a beast when it takes you all the way into the fucking early of
Carl
the morning.
goes
You're
hard
still
and early and then just fucking pumps.
But
for
he was
hours.
up late, yeah?
Yeah, he was up pretty late. But he used to have a nickname called, we used to call him Pops, because he was the first to bed every time. And he just, these days, he just don't go to bed.
He's
like
basically in bed. I was watching him at the
Yeah,
table.
he's
bro.
like a
sitting
cock-
there like this.
He's like
Music
a
was playing,
cockroach,
he's going,
bro. He's like a cockroach. You can't kill him. Even if you think he's dead, he's still just kicking a little bit inside, eh? He's a fucking specimen.
his body stops, but his brain just has that little bit of fucking go in it. Anyway,
Yeah, man, 20.
I'm back. I'm back, boys.
Yeah.
Back from my holiday. Wish I was still there and didn't have to do it.
And you didn't listen to last week, so did you?
No, I didn't have time, bro.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, welcome back, Keanan.
Yeah.
Week without
Dano's
you.
just clicked on.
Yeah, I was
Fuck
just
me.
snap, crackle and bob. How was it? The centre of
It's good,
Australia.
bro. Yeah, it was a lot better than I thought. I just thought it was going to be dry and hot.
It looked fucking dry and hot.
It did.
It was like I said, fucking the other day. The weather was worse when I got back here, just because there's like no humidity there, man. So it's just hot if you're in the sun, but as soon as you step outside of it, it's fucking good. Come back here, first day back, it fucking starts raining, it's black clouds, like, and then it's just hot as fuck. And I'm like, wow, I wish I could go back to the 40-degree heat rather than being this fucking. It was like 27 degrees. It felt like it was fucking 55.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
You come back to
gets-
work, it's fucking shit house, you know.
Gets
No
Have you,
more
have you
buffets.
had your work Christmas party yet?
Oh, fuck, I didn't go. I hate all those cunts, bro.
He said he's telling me if he went, he'd probably get fired because he'll get a bit charged and then fucking kill someone.
I'd just spray every cunt, even the bosses. I do it already, so it doesn't matter if I got a bit of fucking beers in me. There'd be no point of no return there.
Where'd they have their Christmas party? It wasn't.
Who knows?
You weren't missing out.
Wasn't
on much?
interested at all. They put out fucking letters and I just ripped the cunt up.
Have you had yours yet, Dano?
No, I work for a very small company, so our Christmas party for the last 2 years has been a $5 value pizza on the last day. That's literally what we get.
Really?
We had one good Christmas party years ago where we actually went to the pub and they put some piss on and some food, and that was it. So I've been there, 7 years now, and I think that's the best one I had. And that was
man.
like
You
2
work your
hours.
ass off for him too.
Yeah. So I just go and get fucked up at everyone else's Christmas parties. And
I got another one
wrestling.
on Friday. I've
Yeah,
got Wavels.
Probably just skip that one, man.
No, I'll be good for that one.
Or maybe sleep on the fucking ground or something so you don't fucking piss everywhere.
I'll just sleep on the toilet.
Just don't go home. That's probably better
Yeah.
off.
Hugging the system.
Face down in the bathtub. My back's like bent backwards.
So you got to make sure your head's in the deep end, not the shallow
Oh,
end.
man. Fucking hell.
Oh god damn.
Yeah.
That's it. Let's wrap it up, boys.
Merry Christmas.
I'm still just like, fuck this shit, bro. I'm going to stop drinking, eh? Can't handle it anymore.
It's fucked, bro. It takes it like today. I felt kind of normal, like, and I just drunk. I didn't touch anything else on the weekend, and then I today. It takes me till Tuesday to feel all right. But,
Yeah, no, I woke up. I had a bit of a sleep last night. See, I reckon I had about 17 hours sleep from Thursday to last night. Last Thursday to last night. What is that, like fucking 4 days? Do the math. Wasn't good for me.
No.
I was averaging 4.5 hours a night, I reckon. And then that was on top of fucking that night, bro, after we got back I was fucked all day. And then I stayed up until 2 a.m. to watch a fucking soccer game on Sunday night.
On Sunday night.
And then got up at fucking 6 o'clock in the morning and went to work.
What was Manchester playing?
Yeah. No, it was fucking West Mitchy, fucking West Mitchelton FC.
Well, you're the only one that goes at least and plays soccer around here, so
No, I don't.
we don't know the clubs and shit, man. So you can't just drop
I'm
Sanford.
not going to fucking stay up until 2 a.m. to watch some other club, dickhead. Anyway,
Yeah.
so let's get to the rugby league chat, boys.
Yeah.
I got one thing to go. I just fucking seen it before. Fucking Asiata, the dumb cunt, already
Yeah.
fucking
Already walks
shafted
on the
from the
Bulldogs.
Bulldogs. Hasn't even played a game.
Really?
Yeah. Anti-vax stance, apparently.
Yeah,
It's
so
probably
he's-
not anti-vax. You just fucking don't want that shit as most other people do.
Yeah. So yeah, he's fucking gone. Which honestly, for the Bulldogs, the best thing could happen to him because Bulldogs need to drop a few players because what Phil Gould does, he's just fucking smart operator. He goes, well, I'm just going to sign fucking everyone, and then I don't give a fuck. I'll cut cunts.
Yeah.
And then just bring some young cunts in. Sign everyone, get a preseason under them, let the coaching staff pick who they want, and then the other cunts are gone. And now Asiata's come in, wouldn't be on great cash, probably 350, 400 grand maybe, which is still enough that if you drop him, you can fill with his money. You can fill 2 spots with 2 young fellas. So it's probably the best thing to happen to him, considering he's fucking one of the most overrated players going around too. So
I think fucking Bulldogs borrowed that salary sombrero off the Roosters for fucking next year. Actually,
that's what it seems like. So the fact that they're dumping a few players is big news. So, yeah.
Will they dump everyone that's vaccine refusal?
Well,
well, you can't. I don't think you
you're
can
not allowed
play,
to
bro,
play.
unless you
So,
fucking.
the biggest like high note one that's going around at the moment is that Nelson Asafa Solomona in Melbourne. He's staunch anti-vax and he's not even allowed to train with Melbourne, so he's not even allowed to go and train at all. So the club don't really have much choice. You know, like what do? You're just going to keep paying him big money to. Just say I play for the Storm and you don't even go to training. Not allowed at their facilities. You can't do anything. They're just going to have to drop him. You know, like.
Yeah.
I'd drop the cunt.
It's like, bro, there's probably a labouring company that doesn't have it mandatory. You can go do that, man.
Yeah, there's a scaffolding company. Because the good thing
just take a couple jabs. Don't listen to your missus, who's probably the one forcing it on you, and play NRL.
The freedom of choice, bro. You know, forcing people to do things that they don't want to do.
Man,
I know why.
When I got my jabs, I kind of did it a bit earlier, and I didn't even think about the freedom of choice thing.
Yeah.
I was just like, they kind of want us to do it. I'll just do it. Who gives a fuck? I didn't think of that like, well, they're telling us to do it. I was just like, yeah, I'll just do it.
It's
but
crazy.
You're an idiot.
It's
That's why.
It's crazy what it's getting to. My missus had a booster today.
Well, that's
Yeah,
how
I'm
fucked
up
is
for my
that?
booster now.
Crazy.
After the fucking, I had mine for a week. By the way, I didn't want to get mine. I was fucking forced to get it.
Yeah.
I had mine for
By
a
your company.
week. Nah, fucking worse reasons, but it's fucking bullshit. I had mine for a week, and I already had a letter in the mail to say that I'm eligible for a boost. I'm like, motherfucker, I didn't want to get this in the first place. I've done me 2 shit jabs. I've got me fucking certificate. Get fucked if you think I'm getting a booster after this cunt. That's it for me.
I read something somewhere the other day. It said there's, I can't remember which country it was, somewhere in Europe, and they're up for their second booster already. So they've, like, we know how we've been granted access over borders if we're double vaxxed and all that sort of shit. This company went to a stage where this country had triple vaxxed was your minimum, and now they're bringing the 4th booster, and pretty soon you won't even be allowed anywhere if you're not fucking quad vax. You know, they're just gonna keep fucking filling us up. Before you know it, we'll be big balloon cunts full of this vaccine shit.
Yeah, it's funny because you look at like the Twitter feeds and shit, and I see people are even now putting like on their Twitter account like how many vax they've had. People are even chucking up if they've been like influenza vaxxed and shit now. Like, you know what we get usually every year.
Yeah,
and we kind of don't.
But wait, now they don't care about that though. That don't exist
I know.
anymore. Have you noticed that?
Yeah, exactly.
It's a fucking load of shit,
and it's like,
man.
imagine that's the one thing I'm like, oh yeah, they kind of have a point where if someone else come up and asked me, like my employee, have you had the flu vaccine? I'd be like,
yeah, what the fuck
why?
are you on about?
Yeah, what are you talking about? Yeah.
Oh well,
I don't know.
I just don't want to have it because I don't like needles. That's why I'm like, they like booster. I was like, fuck, I got to do that shit again.
Well,
once I don't care about getting it, I just actually care about.
Once I get through what I needed to get the fucking vaccine for, I don't give a fuck what happens after that. I'll stay home. I'll stay out of a fucking pub, whatever. Watch all the people.
Is it for the Mercedes?
Watch them lose fucking business, bro. Like, it's fucked. No one's gonna give a fuck about it later on. I'll stay home and fucking have beers at home. I got plenty here. I fucking can buy the UFC at home. You know what I mean? Like, I can fucking do everything at home.
The only problem is they keep. Oh, I lost my train of thought.
Like boosters or something? Is that what you think?
Nah. Lost it. Quickly change subject.
Okay.
I full had something to say and I completely lost it. But anyway.
We're just new sponsor too.
Yeah, we wish, man.
Yeah.
But we were talking about that before. So it's a plastic. We're talking about Manscaped, the lawnmower 4.0. It's a new beard.
Just arrived today,
Yeah.
fresh as fuck.
Did you just order that for yourself, or is that an early present or something, Keanan?
Oh, I have to buy everything for myself.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
It's black on black crime. It came in black. A black.
I don't get it.
Well, it's because you're both black. It's black and you're black.
Oh, okay, you're racist.
Yeah.
Okay.
Keenan's going to use that later to cut the hair that comes off his ball sack.
Yeah.
I won't give it to
Apparently-
this cunt because he'd end up fucking shaving his head and fucking start doing this shit.
Very good.
That was
So
good.
what's the story behind this? Can you explain it to me? It's got obviously like a stagnant metal backing, and the blade that oscillates is the plastic one.
Yeah.
So it's plastic, which means it doesn't cut into your shit.
Into your shit.
Well,
yeah.
it claims
Yeah.
it's nick free.
That's what they say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And it's
Well,
also
I don't know if it says free. I think it's like may reduce.
designed for groined grooming.
Oh yeah, that sounds.
So-
and it's got a torch on it as well.
It does have a little
Yeah,
torch,
when you
and it's
turn
got
it on.
like a wireless charging dock where you just slip her in there. It's waterproof. It's a travel.
fucking everything. It's its size is so
Yeah.
good. It's
You
small.
can tune your fucking car with it.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
shave my nuts when I get home. I mean, when I get upstairs.
Are they pretty hairy at the moment?
Nah, bro. I keep myself groomed, but it's just fucking It's just difficult when you got one that does fucking chop you every fucking...
Yeah, I used the Kmart one that says it doesn't chop you, but all that is a plastic guard that's very low over the top of the blades that you can still get chopped in that thing.
But then if you got a guard, you don't get the fucking...
You don't get as low as you want to do.
Exactly.
You know?
You want it to be
Smooth
almost
fella.
like a razor, but you don't want to use razors.
Yeah, I need like every centimetre off those pubes to make my penis look that centimetre
You trim the
bigger.
bush around the tree to make it look a bit taller.
It sucks though, because I'm probably
going
going to have to go have a shower, then use it, and then have another shower.
Yeah.
So I
you
can't
get
just
those
put my
problems.
brand new thing on this sweaty ass body right now.
Nah.
For those listening, let us know your personal body care, like hair care routines. We just want to know if anyone's got anything to say. Trent Sowry, you can probably come in first with this. Jolie Adams, you're probably second after him. But yeah, any of your hairier boys, jump
Are
in.
you talking about?
let us
Don't
know
talk
how
about
you
fucking
go.
head hair routines though, because those
Nah.
cunts don't have one.
For some reason, the two hairiest cunts on the planet, but both don't have any hair.
Their
on their
routine
heads,
is looking in the mirror and going, "Fuck."
Shout out, boys.
Or whenever they get like a top profile of it, taking photo. Oh, Jesus, fucking Christ.
Oh, you know, you stand in a shop sometimes and you can see the CCTV footage from over here and it just like shines off the back of your head. Oh, damn.
I saw this one came up with the the cheese thing, and then Melbourne have said their piece as well. Like the president and Bellamy said about how he said the drinking thing. He was
Yeah.
like, it's a shit drinking culture. And Bellamy defended by saying the drinking thing, we've been in the top 4 7 years straight, he said, and that doesn't happen if you're a team of drunks.
Yeah, he also said that we like plan around our drinks. So he said we plan it for whenever we have long turnarounds and shit like that. He goes, we don't fucking have a hectic drinking culture, but it's part of it, and here's what it is. And fuck, everyone's different. The whole team. Maybe Brandon Smith feels like they've got a drinking problem, like a drinking culture. Maybe it's because he's the fucking...
Because him and Munster are the only cunts that ever
Really?
fucking get on the
Well,
piss.
he's the loud, loose one, so maybe he feels like... And then some other boys in the team probably like, there's not a drinking culture. Every time we fucking get to have a drink, cheese and money go hard, you know? But, I don't know. That sort of... His whole interview has sort of washed away a bit. Bellamy came out and said he wasn't too upset about him saying he wanted to win a premiership in a Roosters jersey or anything like that, so... He's back down there training with Melbourne now, and fuck,
I seen a photo on Instagram today of him in like a bomb
In a
kit,
juggernaut
and it's
suit,
like
yeah.
fucking Smith rocking up on the first day of training to face Bellamy.
Yeah, he's dressed up as a
It would be
juggernaut.
fucking scary,
Oh
man.
man, they reckon he had to go in yesterday for a COVID test before they could start training, and they said there was a report somewhere saying he like brushed past Bellamy in the hallway and just said, "Hey Craig," just walk away really quick.
Hey, Craig.
Like, fuck. Imagine how fucking scary that guy would be.
Oh, man.
Fuck Bellamy, the pussy. And the Dolphins made another signing, Ray
Yeah.
Stone from the Eels.
Can hit, can whack. He's a bit of a utility sort of player, so I don't know if the Dolphins are going to intend on locking him down into like the back row or into hooker or something like that. Because he put even for Parra in the last 12 months, he's played hooker in lock.
Is he going to be
A
like
little
a
bit of back
Cam
row.
McInnes?
Yeah, so if they're obviously gonna start him, because at the start they're definitely not gonna have a deep enough roster to have someone like Raystone on the bench, but it's where they're gonna start him, whether they buy a hooker and Stone plays 13 or vice versa. But I did see reports they're still chasing Harry Grant, even though he's going to be stuck at Melbourne for 2023.
Fuck, not a chance. I don't think
So
that's happening. No.
come 2024, they're still going to go hard for him. So maybe Raystone's a perfect bloke to have there for that first year. Because if Grant comes in, Stone's a great utility or can push into the back row or something. So they might be doing it the right way. And it's just weird. They've made 2 signings, and that young Harrison Graham was the first signing. He's doing a training trial at the Bronx, so they've only got 2 really named signings. But Bennett came out and said he's not too concerned about that. They're taking their time. They're trying to do it properly, which is 100% fair enough, and they know more than we do. So
When you're in a fucking comp where there's no relegation zone or anything as well, you don't even need to really worry about it. Like it's more than expected for them to fucking maybe even get the wooden spoon in the first year if they're only got a 50% of a team full of actual NRL players, and the rest of them got to come from Q Cup and elsewhere. So
it's also, we're talking about this 2023 season, so it's still a long way away, and we haven't seen ever as many signings a year out as we have these days. But next off season is going to be massive for the Dolphins because they're going to be cashed up to the eyeballs. when all these other clubs are still trying to retain their players or buy new players. And then Dolphins go, well, we've got 20 spots to fill and we've got fucking money coming out our ass. Let's just fucking bang, 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 pick up some boys. And then you just fill the rest with development players, because there's going to be a lot of players that aren't making NRL sides, you know? So it's going to be interesting to see who they do pick up and who are their bigger name signings. Like Felice Cafucci's a good signing, but they're going to need some younger sort of bigger names, because he's coming towards the back end of his career.
So was his hairline.
Yeah, towards right the back of his head. Pretty soon he'll have just a mullet left, you know, like there'll be nothing on top. But yeah, fuck. Go the Dolphins.
What do you reckon? What do you reckon, Freedy?
Man, I think fucking get on board with the Dolphins. No,
Man, I hope they go good.
I do. I think with the whole, everyone would love to hate the Broncos even more when the Dolphins are in the comp. I think if you're going to be a Dolphins supporter, you're gonna fucking really hate the Broncos.
I think half the Dolphins supporters are probably going to be fucking part-time Broncos supporters anyway.
Oh, you reckon?
All
I reckon
the
they'd be
cunts
the ones that wanted to jump ship.
Nah, they're going to be
all
all the cunts that couldn't handle the fucking last couple of years that we've had.
There'll be a lot of cunts doing that.
Fucking, unless, which is probably more than likely going to happen, considering they're coming in next year, not the season coming the year after that. So they've got a whole nother season of Broncos to support, and watch what Broncos do this year. They're probably going to come out and fucking be... Surely they're going to be in the top 8. I would even say fucking top 6.
Yeah, it's like you got to see. We got to see. It's not the first couple of years. It's like the Titans. You got to see how they're doing 5 years into it. You know, and
because
if they start signing like fucking people that are just going to get shit through the gates, that's not going to work. Yeah,
but a lot of the time too, like the Titans did it. They went out and they bought all these blokes, but they were all coming towards, like Scotty Prince wasn't quite at the end, but he was getting on. Luke Bailey, all these sort of guys. Preston Campbell was coming towards the end, so they really risked it to go hard early to get all these names in, but it sort of worked for them because they ended up bringing in Mark Minicillo and all these sort of guys to keep them going. So as long as the Dolphins don't come in and go too old, just pick up all the players that other clubs don't want, they can get some youth in there and then bring through the system.
Yeah, because the Titans said like when they were building a culture and then they started buying the money picks like Hayne and stuff, and it just fucking totally killed the culture they were trying to create. And
but
then
you don't really have
decision ever.
You don't have to work too hard on the culture when Wayne's a coach. Like he's not going to.
But it's like, hey, like in the first couple of years, Wayne will probably die. You know, like he's fucking.
So I always wonder that. What he's going to die before he retires? Bro.
What if he kills over and dies mid-game? Like they just got to get him out of the coach's box.
And then what are they going to do if he dies before the season starts? No one's going to want to go there anymore.
No,
he dies late 2022.
The Dolphins.
They wouldn't tell anyone, and they just prop it.
The Dolphins franchise will die
weekend at Bernie's. It's in a weekend at
Wayno's.
100%. Someone's waving his hand.
Just a weekend in Redcliff, and it's just Wayne.
If Wayne dies, the franchise dies with him. So you can only hope, right?
Redcliff will have a lot of supporters, but because you've got to remember they've been a big club for a long time.
They got some tragics, man.
Fuck Redcliff.
So all those tragics that are also Broncos supporters.
As if Righty's not going to be a Redcliff supporter.
Oh yeah, Righty's.
Well, I've got a mate at work. He's from Sydney, and he goes for the Tigers.
Yeah.
Oh, he's not from Sydney, sorry. He's from New South Wales, but he goes for the Tigers, and he's just fucking had enough of those cunts. And now, because he's been in Queensland for fucking 3 years now, he's like, oh, fuck it. I'm actually probably going to start going for Redcliff because I live here now, and everyone fucking hates the Broncos from New South Wales. They're all fucking cocksuckers. Anyway, but now he's got like it's a team where, because he's lived here for a few years now, it's not like he's changing because this is now his hometown, and it's another team that's new. So it's not really jumping ship. You're just going for a new fucking team.
If you're a junior playing at Redcliff and shit, fucking oath you'd go for them.
Oh yeah, of course. But if you fuck Redcliff, I hate them cunts.
Could you also imagine the amount of kids in the last 10 years that have played for Redcliff? They've had fucking 4 teams in every age group for the last fucking however many, for as long as I can remember. That's fucking shitload of kids that have gone through Redcliff. There'll be all of them going, oh, I played for Redcliff. Bang, there you go. Supporter base is there already. And a lot of the sunny coast area, Caboolture, fucking all the way to central coast of Queensland, they'll all be going for Redcliff.
Think about how many people are going to players that are playing like BRL or wanting to crack Q Cup now are going to be moving to Redcliff because they're going to feel like that's a much easier path to try and get up in the NRL.
I told you, Wavell, they're already jumping from Norse to Reddy. Like those kids are going to Redcliff.
They had to bring a thing in. It's like back in the day, especially for like, so our under-20s at West next year, they wouldn't have to play Colts for Norse. They can play Colts for Redcliff and come back to Norse. So, you used to have to feed back to certain clubs. They've changed that because everyone's going to Redcliff. So if all these young fellas go to Redcliff, the ones that don't make it, you can still be dual registered to Redcliff and West or Redcliff and East, So they've had to change it because there's too many people, trying to...
Because there'd only be, filtering back to lower grade Redcliff.
Exactly. So if brothers were... If Norse... Like, people aren't going to Norse to play Colts or to play Cup, Queensland Cup anymore. Cup. Because they go to Redcliff because they think there's a pathway there. So if all the affiliates of Norse feeds back into two sides, of Valleys and West, if they don't have enough players up at Norse to start feeding back, then the whole tier struggles. So they change it. So now you can be contracted with Redcliff to play Cup or NRL or Colts and then still play 20s at West or reserve grade at West.
Sweet, I'll do that then. Easy.
See ya.
Do you want to fucking start to get into my search
As
history?
soon as it goes back to this cunt, like when we stop talking and it gets directed to him, he's like,
because I thought that was where he was going to ask me something.
I did also see the Tigers signed Appy Coruscant for 2023.
He's your boy,
what's
isn't
fucking
he?
annoying?
Carousel's your boy, yeah?
My boy.
Carousel.
Not my boy.
You hate him.
You know what's really
No,
annoying
I don't
about
mind.
this season, bro, is the fact that you keep seeing signings pop up.
But it's all for 12 months
Exactly,
away,
and you're not fucking realising. You're like, oh, wow, they're going to do this. And then later on, some people that report it don't talk about. They just say they signed and then you see it somewhere else. It's like 2023. It's like, for fuck's sake. Is there anyone that's going to a fucking team next year, or it's just cunts in
the
fucking
Tigers
2
fans
years?
to be spewing because the Tigers are going, we've had one of our best off seasons in a long time. You've signed Tyrone Peachy and everyone else you got's coming in next year. So you're still going to suck dicks next year. Like, have fun winning the spoon and then you get some help. Thank God. Oh, fuck.
And Brooks is off in the Super League?
No. Brooks is staying around. Brooks is contracted to the end of 2024.
Wow, that sucks.
Fuck, I thought for
he's
sure
got 2 more
he was off the
years
Super
left.
League.
No, he's got 2 more years left in his contract.
Fuck.
But yeah, the Tigers, they've actually been going like all right.
It's their
in the
best
market.
fucking off-season signings for the last like fucking 5 years.
Yeah, well, since Tim Sheen's got there and brought some a bit of professional spark back into the joint, because they were fucking shambles. Biggest pack of retards ever. Their front office, like, every time anyone came on the market, it'd be like, the Tigers are going for it, and Tigers are doing this time, and never ever get anyone. And every
They
time
got Russell Packer.
Yeah, for a fucking 800 grand,
He's
and then played him in reserve grade.
Leilua was a weapon.
Retard.
The best signing that they've had for a while would be Dewey.
Or Dane Laurie, yeah.
Oh,
those
yeah.
two.
But, and then fucking everyone, like when fucking Ken Mamalo went from Warriors there, you're like, that could be, they got 2 big boys on, like, good players on the wing, and then he's just fucking useless.
The problem is they got no one fucking running steering the ship. Like the Tigers, when you look at the roster and you really, really break it down, especially now you add Hastings, Peachy, Papali'i, Coruscant, that Oliver Gildart, or the centre from England. They're going to have not a bad squad. Like, you still got Laurie, Stefano Otuikamanu, Adam Dewey, all these guys. It's not a bad sort.
As long as Dewey comes back
still,
well from his injury.
Do you think Tigers also struggle to get players there because Tigers doesn't seem like an inviting, like it doesn't seem like
no.
a club
Look
you'd
at
want
their
to go
stadium,
play.
bro.
Yeah,
It's like West Mitchie.
When they go back, when you get behind the scenes and even their gym and shit, I'm like, Jesus.
But you also have to go there and know you're playing behind Luke Brooks. Like, who wants to go to the club and play behind?
I would have gone
Luke
there
Brooks
thinking he was going to the Super League.
He played 9 He's played. Well, this is his 9th season coming up. Hasn't made the finals yet. He's your
9
halfback, and they
seasons.
compared him to Andrew Johns. When
The
he was
only thing
coming
that's
through.
gone somewhere is his hairline.
Yeah. Oh,
But how's it? He's been there for 9 years, and he literally has never ever done fuck.
But
all.
Tigers fans fucking love him for some
Really?
reason.
Oh,
Everyone that's not a
My
Tigers,
mate from work definitely does not like him.
every Tigers fan I know is like, oh, Brooksy. I'm like, are you fucking seeing something
They're-
different?
they're more
Everyone else
Yeah,
hates
they're steel
Brooksy.
fixers. Steel fixers, man.
Oh, that Brooks is a fucking weapon. He gets a fucking 2-try season. We come 9th every year. How good's that?
You boys see Tavita Pangai won his boxing debut.
Yeah, what a
second round stoppage.
I didn't watch it. I just watched highlights.
I watched the
No,
highlights.
well, none of us watched it because we were all at the same fucking party.
Freddie didn't watch it.
I might have made it, bro.
Freddie didn't even watch his tongue. He was
You were
just
too busy
like,
trying to start a fucking boxing event with me, cunt. And you're about to fucking die.
He got a bit of a roasting, old Tavita, for picking a
did he?
overweight scaffolder
Oh,
to the fight.
Mate, that's what they always do,
No,
yeah.
that's he's always gonna. What do you think he's gonna fucking go in for his first?
A lot of them,
boxing
I'm
match
like,
and-
how did they sanction this? Fucking
Yeah.
this cunt's fighting for a breakfast in
Yeah.
the morning. You know, fucking hell.
I'm fighting for my life.
Yeah, crazy.
And it's seriously just fighting for medical payments, probably.
And you'd love this one, Freddie. Your boy Tyron Woodley's getting back in the ring with.
This is one of my
bro,
things.
that is the fucking worst thing I've ever
But,
heard.
we'll move into to Freddie's search history for the week. So.
It's not the best because I've been on the computer because I was just in line and thinking about life, really.
Dun, search history.
It's like how to boost your serotonin and melatonin levels.
Fucking.
What can I kill myself with?
Funny, man. One time me and my missus were at what's it called? The fuck Costco in America, and there was this lady behind us, and we were checking out, and the lady in front of us had so Costco, you buy everything in bulk.
Yeah, we know. We've got one here, bro. It's
Yeah,
just around the
sweet.
corner,
Well,
so.
if you don't know, if you've never been to Costco, yeah. But she had a box full of melatonin and then a like huge red box of wine. And they're just like, ding, ding. And my missus leans to me, he's like, that's the fucking suicide kit right there. Like, that's you go to sleep, you don't wake up. But it was like, the melatonin was like in a container like this, man.
Yeah, because you not figured out the pattern there. She's going to drink all the wine,
Yeah.
want to die in the morning, and then you take all the melatonin.
Oh, man. But,
Good. Let's see your fucking shit.
Yeah, I
fucking
don't know.
dance.
But yeah, with the so we got Tommy Fury. So we got Tyson Fury's younger brother, like his half brother, pulls out of the fight because he's saying he's had a broken rib and flu.
Yeah.
Is it? Yeah.
The broken rib, fair enough. If you
No,
got a
chest
broken
infection.
rib, the chest infection,
Yeah.
fuck off, cunt. You're not fighting for
Yeah.
another 2 weeks.
Well, the thing was, I listened to the interview with Ariel Helwani today on that MMA hour, but Jake said that they heard about the chest infection and then the broken rib just came into it.
Okay.
Yeah.
but
so-
he apparently put up an X-ray as well.
Oh, yeah.
Could have been anyone's X-ray.
Yeah, exactly. It's like there's heaps of things. It's probably that X-ray where you just see
Well,
that
you-
huge penis
You,
sliding
you,
up.
you can't just fucking edit an X-ray
Yeah, I
for
know.
like a fucking guy that's like high profile about to fight a fight. Like,
But yeah, they're talking about also like he's pulled out of fights before, and so has Tyson as well. Like, but yeah,
Soft cocks.
and so he got that late on Friday, and then so the first person they call was
Tyron
Tyron. He
Woodley.
said he was training for a fight in January. So Tyron was like, yeah, definitely, I'm down. But
no one wants to fucking see
Yeah,
that we
exactly.
can't fight again.
I reckon like because of the MMA supporters, I think it will sell.
Yeah, it'll sell big. And the good thing
Yeah.
is about it, as long as fucking Tyron could somehow beat him, and then there'll be a trilogy, which is another one that Keanan won't want to see. But they're going to make so much money, it's ridiculous. Like for the Paul team, after the pull out, and you're thinking, "Fuck, what do we do?" This is probably the best thing to do. You jump back in because then if you beat him again, you still made a shitload of money, and then bragging rights, they can talk even more shit. But if
And
you
then-
lose, bang,
Because
trilogy.
remember how they were talking about how Woodley wasn't allowed to knock him out in the first one, how there was an agreement. So Paul's put up
Said he's
500 grand.
Yeah,
or
reckons he'll give him
500
bonus
grand
of
in the
500.
contract if he finishes him.
Finishes him. That's what they're gonna do later on the fucking dressing room. The poofters, fucking idiots.
Yeah, but it's good money in the bank for Woodley.
Yeah.
And
I'm sick of people talking about money in the bank. What happened to actual when boxing was boxing? It wasn't about fucking money. Fucking
Well, I
Mike
don't think it's been
Tyson
that-
literally said something. There was like a quote from him today, and he said his first fucking fight, he got $500 for it, and that wasn't even a payment for the fight. That was because someone gave him $500 out of their own pocket, and he goes, "I never ever fought for the money. I only wanted to fight because of the fight." And he's like, when the money came into play, that's when I lost control and of what I like, why I was fighting.
I think, Keanan, you're talking about Canelo and shit over there.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
is a different lane.
Completely
Shut
different
So
lane.
you got
Yeah, they're ruining it, bro.
yeah, I know, but like that's not. We're not talking about real.
This
boxing.
is why all these.
we're talking about comedy boxing.
Yeah,
This
almost.
is all these little pussies that you teach at school every day. This is the shit that what they fucking like. They
Yeah.
come in and go, "Oh my god, fucking Jake Paul,
Oh,
he's gonna
100%.
fight." Fuck yeah! Like fuck off, cunt.
Wait,
Let's
once we
watch
leave
some
Keenan's
real
upstairs,
fucking
like,
fighters,
oh, yeah,
bro.
fuck yeah, Jake Paul.
I will wear my Jake Paul shirt up. No, like fuck me, cunt. Like fuck, give me a couple of weeks. I'll go fight some cunt. I don't care if I get knocked out.
Yeah,
Just
but
so
if
we
you're
can
getting
fight. Like
if you're
fuck
getting
me.
that much
Yeah, but
cash,
it's funny
bro.
because with Jake Paul, some of the couple of guys he fought at the start, you would definitely walk through and probably be up to,
Yeah.
like
You probably would walk through
like
to be the paint guys boy. the other day.
Nate Robinson. You just had the last round, he would have fallen over probably.
He had to jump to throw fucking punches, bro. Like he's got hops.
My guy's pretty short.
Seriously though, it's giving me the shits, man. I'm sick of fucking seeing it. At least UFC staying on the fucking right
Yeah.
path, bro. Like the cards that they've been putting out lately are
So
fucking
good.
legit. The one
How
that's
about the
on
one
Sunday.
On Sunday, it's going to
Oh,
be
yeah.
hectic.
The last 3 months of fights have been awesome.
and we're getting
Yeah.
more too, more and more.
And then
more.
they're
It's
trying to.
coming.
People are trying to say boxing's coming back. When you're fucking these type of cunts are in your sport doing this, it ain't coming back, bro. You're fucking getting absolutely creamed by the UFC at the moment.
Yeah, well
Is
that's
that
the
what
thing.
the
is-
The UFC's fucking just taking over the world, bro. Like
Oh, yeah.
even boxing is coming back because we've got, especially in Australia, because we've got a lot to cheer for at the moment with Cambosis and Tim Tszyu and all these guys coming through. And even world boxing, Canelo's making a name for himself. Like we're getting fucking, there's massive, but the MMA, there's nothing like it, man, because they're not fucking putting up with like the shit that boxing is.
Well,
They're just
it's
coming in
because-
and watching two blokes
because
bang.
the UFC, it's not governed by these different
Yeah,
fighters
yeah.
where they're all coming in
And
from.
Yeah.
You know,
the
it's-
guy
you're
that
fighting
is
here and that,
Dana, the guy that's running it, he's not a fucking like fuck around type guy. You know, he's not gonna
Yeah.
put up with these type of fucking
Yeah.
wanks.
That's the
and
thing
then
about
Dana learned his shit from boxing and was like, "What are they all doing
Do
wrong?
wrong, yeah.
What am I going to do right?"
Well, that's the
I'll put
whole
it all
thing
under
about
one
boxing
banner.
is they fucking put it under so many different banners.
Yeah.
You've got like so much different shit you got to worry about. Like sanctioning all these boxing fights is ridiculous, especially when they're fighting for like 14 different belts in the
Yeah,
same
yeah.
division.
And you've got
like some
fucking 3 fighters that are holding 3 belts every time they win, and
And that's
none
it.
of them are the same
And, like,
ones. And you're like,
yeah.
what the fuck is this
And
shit?
that's why like, we were talking about it last week. I think it's like
Yeah.
if you got Canelo fighting for DAZN, he can't fight someone who's fighting for Showtime
Yeah,
because
yeah.
he's got to be linked with Showtime to fight that.
yeah,
And and that's just a fucking
which
production
is the best.
company.
The best thing about the UFC is they've got every big name in their sport, and if they don't have them yet, they're gonna have them, and they just fucking put them all in the same pool. There's no fucking around. If you want to be the best, you got to fucking
It's weight
you wanna be the
classes and
UFC,
that's it.
UFC champion.
Yeah, I was watching another thing where Sugar Sean O'Malley,
Hmm.
he's fighting this weekend.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's
on
fighting.
the-
he's on the main.
prelims,
He's
isn't
on
he?
main card.
Oh.
He's
He
on the.
must be early on the main card.
He's the
though.
first. I think he's first on the main card, but he's on the main card unranked. Like the way his business plan is so awesome.
Yeah.
He goes, nah. They offer him ranked fighters all the time. He goes, nah, I'm not at a ranked level, so I'm going to fight no ranked.
Is he kidding himself,
Hmm.
bro?
But yeah, so this guy that he's fighting is the first ranked. He's ranked 15. What he's showing though is that he's bringing eyes, and he's showing that the UFC is more worried about the eyes that he brings to the fucking main event than his ranking or anything like that. Because you got Dominic Cruz fighting on the fucking prelims.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's bringing out merch that says like 15 ranked champion. Like, so he's like, all his merch is all this week, like about being unranked champ and stuff like that.
It's crazy. Fuck.
Yeah, that's
Man.
going to be a fucking mad fight.
Yeah.
I mean, like the whole
Because this is
card.
Poirier
Whole card.
too,
Yeah,
and Oliveira.
Poirier,
Yeah.
Oliveira.
And that's, you know what's good
Nunes
about that?
as well.
That's like one of those fresh ones that you like. It's a combo of fighters that you haven't even seen at all.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of rematches that have been happening, and
Yeah,
people
exactly,
going
yeah.
back for belts that they've lost or belts that they've already fucking went for
Yeah,
and lost
it
fights.
got stagnant a little bit for a while, but there's so many guys coming through.
Yeah, they kind of lost options for a bit, eh?
Yeah,
And it was all just talking about McGregor and Khabib and fucking...
Yeah, looking
That
at
was
twos
it,
and
really.
trilogies and
Yeah.
shit all the time. But not saying that's not entertaining or anything, but like it's so, yeah, you're right. It's good to see it a bit fresh. And seeing Nunes fighting again is going to be hectic.
Oh, I like Amanda Nunes. She's a beast, but I'd love to see her lose. Just to have someone else there. You know what I mean? Like,
I
like
reckon I'd just like to see
everyone.
a
I
kid
think
win.
everyone was sick of that fucking Asian chick winning as well all the time. She just looked like a man's body with a woman's head on it. But her last fight, fucking, she had the man's haircut as well. So the one that
Rose.
Yeah, Thug Rose beat her. Like
Whaley.
that was mad when she beat her because that chick looked like she never was going to fucking lose, and then she defended the belt again. But
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Rose is one of the best comeback, like best get your title back stories ever.
Yeah.
Like to get your title back and then defend it. A lot of fighters don't, especially these days, they don't lose the belt and then come back because they've gotten to the point they don't have that drive to get back there. But Rose got back there and defended it against that fucking beast as well.
She's a
But,
fucking
yeah.
beast.
that chick was like,
Oh,
and then
bro,
she chopped her
creative and all
hair
that,
just like that pure fucking like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, is that like a fucking 19-year-old boy in place of her or something? Like, fuck me. Freddie's favourite.
All right. And we're moving on.
The other one, it popped up just because I was on Reddit, but it didn't make it was
It's going to smell
it was
down
Biden
yesterday.
administration is expected to announce a diplomatic boycott this week of the 2022 Beijing Winter Olympics. But then what you read about it is it's not the competitors.
No, it's just the diplomatic side of things.
Yeah,
So they're not sending...
it's just all the
Yeah,
representatives.
exactly. They're not sending any
Yeah.
any representatives from the USA.
So
like if
their
you're
the
athlete,
boycott to show like anger against China is like the
they're talking about like the genocide and stuff that's going on. Still, there's still reports, all that sort of stuff,
human
coming
rights
out
and
of
all that,
all this sort of stuff in China. So they're just saying, right, we're not sending any representatives from America if the athletes they can go.
So
but
the
then-
athletes are just going by themselves.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
they're not going to have
100%.
the backing
So
of the
no one
government at
gives
all.
a fuck then.
especially winter athletes. They're like, this is our only way to get fame and like you know get our Instagram shit up and stuff like that. Oh, we're going.
But like, if you're an athlete, that's only hurting them. Like, I'd be going, you cunts. You used to just fucking letting us go by ourselves.
Yeah, well, they're just putting their foot down to take a stance, and it's going to be pretty gnarly.
They're going to be like, we're not sending anyone
Watching
to represent our country. And they're going to be like, well, we're just going to send nukes to you then.
Yeah, watching America and China poke each other is pretty gnarly. Two big giant forces. Pretty.
And which fucking side are we on? The USA's.
Yeah. Actually, I'm not too mad about that. USA's got a pretty big army, so
yeah,
let's go.
yeah,
They're all
LS is
pussies.
good, man.
Jake Paul should fight them all.
It's Jake Paul just calling everyone one out to the front.
I was showing Keanan he didn't listen to last week, but the Elliot Page, he was so demoed about it.
I know.
Because he watches the Umbrella Academy, which she was like
Well,
one
she
of
was
the
a
main,
lesbian in it anyway.
but was she like one of the main roles, or
Was she a bloke
like
in it?
she's one of the. I think there's 7 of them.
is that still going though? The Umbrella Academy, like
Well, yeah, the new season's like being made, but it's like I don't want to fucking you just fucked a whole show there. Like now the character got to be that person, like, and come on, people, fucking hell,
She was
for
cute before.
fuck's sake.
It's weird.
No, not like that, but like
Oh,
that's
I was
Juno. You remember
I
Juno?
know, that's what I was saying. No, I was telling the boys last
Now
week.
it's
and I
Jono.
Very good, Keanan.
Punk
Well
card.
done. That
Punk
was
card.
good.
And that's it for me because I didn't really open my laptop.
And you didn't even think about anything. You just read it from a fucking screen, cunt.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, well, I've had enough, so
Yeah, that's
I'm-
good. We're at 48,
Yeah,
man.
fuck, that's pretty
fucking
good.
Sweet.
Oh, well, comes to an end. One more week in the bag.
Happy birthday to Right Man. It's his birthday today, isn't it?
Wow, 65.
Yeah, 66.
60, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Oh, I thought 67.
Oh, okay.
Oh, something. He's old anyway.
Only
regardless.
played his last game of last year of footy last year
Yeah.
too.
But yeah, his
He'll be
birthday.
back next year if the Threes make the finals. So
The
congratulations
Masters.
to the right man. Shout out to the right man. Happy birthday, brother. We miss ya. Maybe we'll get you on for a cameo.
I don't know if I can handle that much talking in my head, bro.
Shout out to our boy DK Graphics.
He's back from holidays,
Back
maybe.
from holidays.
Yeah.
Shout out to
Freddie's like not drunk messaging him anymore.
Probably was all weekend. Shout out to our boys Bricklane for the backyarders. Lovely.
And shout out to Manscaped.
Are you allowed to shout out things that you don't?
You do whatever you want, man.
That's
Shout
a
out to
copyright,
Pornhub.
Yeah.
Shout out to
For keeping Freddie
XNXX.
insane.
Shout out to Papua,
Shout out to
insane.
Throatzilla.
and Papua New Guinea. And shout out to Christian's alcoholism.
Shout out to Freddie for never being able to hold his piss, no matter how many times he drinks more than everyone else.
Also, shout out to our legitimate sponsor, Overexertion, for sticking by us. And make sure you get on that merch train. We've got merch coming out very
What's that
soon.
shirt
we
say?
promise.
This is a different brand, like one of my mates' brands. So
You can just let us know. Well, I can't read it because it just looks like someone's
It does look like
flatlining.
scribble, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't know. I got no idea what
That's
I
your
trained at
heart
his gym,
stopping
I bought
beating,
some-
bro.
I bought some of his
Too many
merch.
whippets. Yeah, here's a wall.
what do you boys call them again?
Nangs.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're not little fucking dogs, bro.
Whiffets, man.
Go Google whip. That can be on your fucking search history next week. Whippets, and you can actually
I'll
see what
look
they
up
are.
how many people die of them each year.
Of little dogs biting them.
Shout out to the kid. Shout out to his 21st, which Christian decided to use as another opportunity to fuel his alcoholism.
And escape his real
Escape
life.
escape the
where he
demons.
pretends like he's not 45 and
Shout out to
thinks he's
Keanan
single.
for staying up late on the Saturday night. It's really good to see at least one of the old boys hanging in there.
yeah, Joel, he couldn't stick around. That's like that's the epitome of old boys.
Yeah. Anyway, shout out to everyone we just shouted out before, and just talk to you in a week.
Next
and
week.
don't be a mercenary.